Well, Ante, obviously not the way that you planned tonight going before you came to the grounds. Can you pinpoint what went wrong out there?
I thought we started okay, but in the end, we gave away a very soft first goal, which is very disappointing because we've done that on a few too many occasions this season. And then the set piece just before half time was something that we've been good at this year, defending set pieces, and Philip's been excellent, but he didn't get enough on that one. And to go that second goal, the timing of it just before half time really hurt us. A couple of boys looked off as well. Just sort of talking, I was a little bit worried that we didn't have a meaningful session before this game, particularly with the weather in Sydney. So how much did that affect us? I'm not sure, but in the end, we weren't even close tonight. We were second best. We got beaten by a team that was, playing with confidence after they went ahead. They looked quicker than us, sharper. We were lethargic. We couldn't get any rhythm, and in the end, no complaints with the score tonight.
Obviously giving credit to Victory for their performance as well, but do you think it was also a team with 13 days rest out there versus a team that's struggled for time on the training track as well?
But that's going to happen. Also, I know my team, and we need to train, and then in the end, it's how do you get it right? Because that's the way the fixtures are. We were one of those teams, along with Perth and the Jets, that had the longest breaks, and then on the flip side is you've got an illness, you come back and then you're losing players. So, tonight in the end, when I saw the game was gone, it's more about resting players because we've got the best team in the comp on Wednesday back here. Then for the third time this season, we're going to have 2 days, Thursday, Friday, and play Saturday. That's the hard one. That's the hard thing. So yeah, of course, 13 days, with Popper and his staff, a lot of time to work on things, training. They're going to be there. For us, it was a tough week, as I mentioned, with the weather, and we've got to now find a way to get back to playing the way that we know we can. And in the end, there's also the other side of it is how will the boys recover? Look at our schedule going forward. In the last week we've lost Danny De Silva, and you saw tonight in that fullback position with Jake McGinn gone as well. Holman's had an illness, and all teams are going through that, but we're just going through a difficult phase now. But you've got to get a performance and a result while you're going through this.
You talked about the soft goals before and needing to, conceding too many of them this season, needing to cut down on them. How do you do that with such limited time on the training track coming up? Is it how do you coach that?
Yeah, well, a lot of the things that we didn't do tonight, we speak about in the team meetings. It's things that we've worked on the past, but again, when you learn it visually, but you need to put it into practice on the field and get that repetition and get that continuity as well. And we haven't had that tonight. And again, Tom Ilskok was another one there in the back that was missing, and his style probably would have suited that opposition tonight. But again, I can now keep going with a lot of things, but that's all excuses in the end. Yeah, it hasn't helped us, but in the end, like I said, we got outplayed tonight. We didn't deserve anything. We need to regroup. Hopefully we haven't lost any others tonight, because James Meredith and Nooney weren't moving as freely as we would have liked in that first half. So hopefully they're okay. But you look around the league. That's the risk you've got, and it's the first time we've gone through this as a staff as well. So. I look at the amount of games Melbourne City had, and then they lose Lecky. We lost Danny De Silva, but the game before I started him on the bench. So it's a tough one to get right, but at the same time you want your better players on the park for longer periods. But unfortunately, it's close to impossible.
You mentioned those players that are missing. Are you hoping to get any of them back in the next week or so?
Ulskok was suspended. Uscock's suspended, so he comes back in. Holman's been away sick for a few weeks. Tommy Urich won't be back. Jake McGing won't be back. Danny De Silva won't be back. So, there's 3 or 4 starting players for us. But at the end, guys are getting opportunities, and you've got to give them the chance. I thought Rory Jordan tonight, came on, the young kid who's got a scholarship with us, has been doing good with Mill and the NPL team. And it was good to see a young kid, when the game was gone, having a go and just enjoying himself. So it was a great moment for him. Not a score that he'll want to remember, but we've had a couple of other young boys that have had some minutes, and even though it's painful to lose a game, that still helps their development.
Well, last one. So obviously you missed the chance to really close the gap on Western United, Melbourne City. Obviously everyone's all catching up on games today. Did it feel like...
I don't look at that, mate.
No.
And the reason why I don't look at it because, it's halfway through the season, and we're going okay, but with the way the fixtures are and the teams, you don't know where it's going to land. Any team can beat anyone. You can go on a run. Every coach will tell you, if they've got their full squad available and you're playing every 5 days, it's different. But at the moment, it's who can remain injury free, who can keep their better players on the park for longer periods, who's got the most depth, and then you go from there. But it's a season unlike any other. We've got to deal with it. It's a good challenge. We'll all learn from it. We'll be better players, better coaches from it. But I'm just worried about my own team at the moment. And as I said, if we can get a few bodies back and then get some continuity, potentially in April, that might be, then I've got a lot of confidence in this playing group, because I believe when we have everyone available, if we get to that stage, that we're decent.